Let me find my copy of the unscramble. Actually, it'll just be faster if I just open one. So basically what I did is with the words that everybody was mixing up, I couldn't take it. These are actual things people told me. So for agent, a lot of people told me that it was a secret agent, someone who works for the government to find secrets and stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can see where they're coming from because these words have multiple meanings, right? It depends on context. So what I did is I did the worst ones that I couldn't take. So it's just a few. I deleted like 20 of the words and I put in the bad definition and I want you to tell me the right definition. So for example, what's a bad definition of an agent?
Someone working for the government.
Yeah, someone who steals secrets for the government. Is it correct if we're just talking about in the regular world? Yeah, but is it correct for home buying?
No.
Okay, same idea here. I also had someone tell me a balloon mortgage was when you buy a lot of balloons for like a birthday or something. And I was like, I'm gonna just take a moment. No. So this should be pretty simple. Equity does mean equal when we're talking about in regular life, but that's not what it means when we're talking about it in home buying. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I don't want a long definition. I want a couple of words that show me you know what it means. Then when you're done with that, we'll get back together and I have some math practice for us. Okay, and it's on paper. That's pretty much it. As soon as I figure out where my mouse is. Oh, it's on that screen. 2 screens is kind of tricky. Okay, you guys, if I gave you this equation and I told you to solve for A, what would you do? What's on the same side as the A right now?
Okay.
What is it doing? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide?
Subtraction.
What's the opposite of subtraction?
Addition.
So if I want to get the A by itself,
You gotta add things.
exactly. I'm just gonna plus K to both sides. Can U and K go together? No, they can't. So you can just leave it as U plus K equals A. Now there's about 4 different ways they can write it, but it all means the same thing. You can just switch direction on the equal sign, so you could put the A on this side. You could also change the order of the letters. In general, it doesn't matter. As long as A is on one side by itself and everything's on the other, you're good. What if I gave you, let me pull up my examples. Solve for K. How do I get K by itself? What's with it right now? H. What does that mean? Does that mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division?
Multiplication.
How do you undo multiplication?
Divide.
Divide both sides by H. The H's cross out. Done. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to label that 3. That's number 2. What if I gave you you can't see what I'm doing. How about that? Solve for Y. What do I do first?
You add X.
I can't. Well, I could, but this is, you look at the sign in front of the X, which is an implied plus sign, so we want to subtract it. Then those cross out. I have Z take away X, but the negative is staying with the Y. How do I get rid of that negative sign?
You add it.
Almost. This is like a multiply by negative 1. So there's two ways to think of it.
You can add one.
I could either divide every single thing by negative 1, or I can multiply the entire thing by negative 1. But honestly, you want to know what I do? I just change all the signs. So I started with z take away x equals negative y. I literally just make this a negative, this a positive, and this a positive. I literally just change all the signs. Whatever it is, I flip it to the other one. It comes out to be the right thing every time. Make sense? That's all it is for, oh, I should show you a fraction one. What if I gave you something like, pick any letter in the whole world.
X.
X, pick another letter.
Y.
What if I said, solve for z? Okay, so the first thing we got to do is we can't have that on the bottom. So we're going to multiply both sides by z. Can you see how that will cross out that? And now it's on the top. So now I have zx equals y. Now what letter do I want it by itself? So I have the z here. What's going on with the x? Add, multiply, division, or subtraction? What? It's multiplying. So how do I undo multiplication? Divide both sides by x. So z equals y over x. Sorry, that's supposed to be an x. And that's it for like one-step equations. I'll give you a few minutes to work on the front side, and then we'll work on the back side. I've got the worksheets. Let me come bring them to you. Let me just pause this so that the online kids don't have a 10-hour video. All right, it's going again. All right, guys, so the back is the same idea. It just has some numbers now. So you guys will probably see a problem, something like, get me any number smaller than 10.
7.
7. C, A equals negative 5. And it's going to say solve for, do you guys want C or A?
A.
Okay, A it is. All right, so this is what I want by itself. Everything else has to move. How do I move the 7? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide?
You divide it.
Yeah, exactly. Goodbye. How do I get rid of the C? Divide. So I'm just going to put it on the bottom. Since I'm dividing, it goes on the bottom of the fraction. Now you could make it a whole layered cake and go through a complicated process, but just put it on the bottom. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
So the front side is literally just that.
That's the back. You can have something like k minus, I don't know, 9 m equals negative, I don't know, 12. And let's say I'm solving for m because that would be the harder one. Subtract the k. I want the m by itself. How do I get rid of the negative 9? Divide. Since I'm dividing, I divide every single piece on this side. Goodbye. Negative makes a positive. 12 divided by 9. You can reduce that as 4 over 3. And that would be plus k over 9. You could also write it as 4 over 3 plus 1 over 9k. I don't care. I will know what you mean. Just show me that you can do the process. I'm going to look and see if there's anything any different. It all looks the same to me.
What about the fraction?
I don't have any fraction ones. You want to tell me what you got and I'll do it?
Oh, it's 3c over 2a equals
Negative 1?
equals negative 1.
Okay. What do I want by itself?
The a.
No problem. I need the a off the bottom. How do I move it up?
Multiply.
Yeah, multiply both sides. I'm going to multiply both sides by, actually, I'm just going to do a. because I want a by itself. So the a's will cancel out. The 2's going to stay. Negative 1a. How do I get rid of the negative 1? They're multiplied, which means divide by negative 1. Put it on the bottom. So I get 3c. That's supposed to be a c, sorry. 3c. Oh my gosh. 3c over negative 2 equals a. It's a day, I guess. And the negative, it doesn't matter where it goes now. Most of the time, they'll move it up to the top. So they'll usually write it like this. And you're good. Any others that you're not sure what to do with? You good? All right.
I'm going along with the fraction.